Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you what I made in the new programs I've been working on. Lately I've been putting a lot of time in trying out to learn After Effects and trying to learn Cinema 4D. And so I'm an absolute beginner, especially in Cinema 4D. So the reason why I want to try out Cinema 4D and get better with it and improve it, I think you can improve both my graphic design skill and my virtual design, motion design skills. Because in Cinema 4D you can take like blocks and shapes together and form however you want your environment or the character or the thing you want to make. You can just use, I feel like you can use more of your creativity to create whatever you want, and you have basically no limits. As you can see in front of me, this is a picture of my first absolute first tutorial I've been followed. I'm pretty I'm proud of it. I used like over 2 or 3 hours, maybe close to 4 actually, but I think like 2-3 hours. This took a while because I'm so beginner to Cinema 4D. I'm trying out. I need to learn the basics, and the program in itself seems so complicated. I can quickly show you what my thing here is. If you just see on every single thing you can press and all of the options you have in so many tools, and there's so many more tools in one tool, and it's just crazy how much you can do, really. It's so many things, as you can see here. It's way too much. And actually, if you want to customize your panel, you can actually search up the commands, and as you can see here, there are a lot of things you can do. It's crazy how many commands it is, and I'm not even halfway from just scrolling. It's insane how many things you can do this in this program. And the program in itself seems so complicated, so it took me so long to just put the effort for trying out to learn this new program. The reason why I'm trying out this is because right now at the moment I don't have a job, so I'm trying to use my my time as a job searcher and what's it called? I don't know what it's called, but when you're unemployed, basically, I'm trying to use the time effectively. I'm trying to upload YouTube. I'm trying out to learn out new programs. After I'm come a bit far in Cinema 4D, so I can try to make my own creations without watching tutorials and feel more comfortable with the program, I think I'm going to go over to After Effects. If not After Effects, I'm thinking about going over to FL Studio, where I can make music actually, because music is one of my most passionate things. So yeah, stop talking bullshit all the time. I will show you one thing, how I made this thing, as you can see on the screen here. So I followed this tutorial by Twister Lee, and he made a Cinema 4D tutorial, simple cute house, ultra beginner. It says ultra beginner. I was looking up tutorials on what's the easiest things to make, like easy beginner tutorials for like not like beginner tutorials, because most of the beginner tutorials are like they do things quick but they just show you how to do it. I don't want that. I need like the newbie, the ultra one that like never touched a program before, so you need that extra spicement in the title to get me there in the first place. So in this tournament, he tells you in the beginning, he tells you what buttons to use, what the like editables and how to do things, and what to press, and how to do it on Mac and how to do it on the Windows. So that's nice, and he's starting kind of slow, but as you're getting on in the tutorial, he begins speeding things up. And when you are actually a beginner, it's so hard to just keep going with it. Of course it's also hard for him too when he's experienced with the program and is trying to show newbies how to do it. So like I just stopped this tutorial multiple times. I think I did this in like I did this one day, and after I got like in 5 minutes in it, I just got sick and tired of it. I didn't want to do it anymore. It took so long, and he started just doing it really more faster. So I just stop it and just second and play it back again and just rewatch it so many times, and that was so annoying. And then I did it like maybe 2 days later. I'd open a program again and try it again. I did it for like 5 minutes again, and I saw. Remember, first day I came to like around this time. The only thing we made this far was the box of the house and the garage and the door. And we started on the detail on the door. When we have 5 minutes in, that's the first day, and I got sick and tired. And after the second day, as you can see here, we basically started putting the shapes of windows and the doors in the house with the roofs. That's it. So I'm not even halfway through, and I'm day 2. I'm sick and tired again, because that shit is so boring. When you have to learn the controls, you have to understand how the program works, and it takes so long. And today, actually, when I'm recording this video, I actually watched the whole tutorial. I got so tired after doing that, but the one thing I had so many parts here where I was like having struggles, like when he sped it up, and when he shows you how to do it and tells you to do it first, or you just do it quickly and just tell you in the middle. So I can't even, if it says make it editable, he makes it editable maybe 5 seconds before he says it, because he's the voice overing the footage, and when he's doing one thing, he speeds up the next thing he does. So either I have to put it in very slow motion in there, or I have to just stop and try to assemble what he does. So that took a while, and I saw on the reviews here, he actually made the steps where it does things, so that's nice to make it more clean and easy for people. I'm gonna back to what I said, but I just saw the comments before I started it, and I just saw like people saying, I just went from being able to do nothing to learn most of the basic and starting work on my own project. Great tutorial, subscribe. I would agree. It's a great tutorial. It's a little bit too fast for the beginners actually, so it's not perfect. If I were to rate it out of 10, I would give it like a 6 or 7 maybe. But another thing I saw here, she had the same problem as I had. She also used like 2.5 hours to do those things. And I first thing he did, not really sure, but it was in the beginning when it told you to rotate the objects. He told you when he had the object in here, I can show you real quick. When he have an object in here, he told me to press this button to make it so I can turn it around, and he told me to press in shift and turn it. So I pressed in shift and turned it, and he told me, okay, it just tells me every single time auto shut down immediately. But yeah, he told me when I pressed in shift and did this, I would get clean numbers, and I still see 17.3 and every single thing. So when it says like do on 180, I had some problems with getting it to 180 perfect, you see there. So I sat here for like 10 minutes trying to just get it the right number. So what I did, I commented on the video and I said I have Cinema 4D 420. That's my version I use now. And I saw he used maybe 217 or what he did, not really sure. And I said, and for some reason I can't hold shift to rotate it with the exact points, because he told me to do that. And he didn't specify what to do. So one guy commented and helped me, you should work on R20. That's the version of Cinema 4D again, and all the versions. Make sure you first click the circle, then start holding shift. And I'm powering off, okay. So what I basically have to do to get the exact points, I have to click it in, hold shift, and then turn it. You see, now I get the exact points. Now it's easy for me to hit the 180, instead of just sitting there and just first moving and just pressing shift. So that took me a while actually, so it took me even longer to do the tutorial then. And in like 15:34 He shows when we made the garage up here, I think we inverted it so it went downwards in the ground, so it looked like the road went like downwards, like almost like it was on top of a hill. So it told us to make editable, press the exchange things, and just locate it, mark the front view here and drag it over. Every single time I tried to drag it over there, it just dragged it upwards. It didn't at all fall through. So I was like, huh, that's weird. And then I watched it like 5 or 6 times more. I tried it again, and I couldn't get it to work. As you see, he told me to stop here, drag it over, that was it. No, it didn't work for me at all. But then when I watched the footage back like maybe 7 or 10 times, as you see here, it turns it around, rotate it. I did that with exact points, and then he told me to mark this window. I did that, but as you see, when it clicks here, I can actually turn the speed down so we can actually see it. But when it clicks now, you can actually see the pop-ups 2 small squares there, and that's not normal. If you see in Cinema 4D, if I have a block in here and I'm trying to move it, you see it's no squares, but I'm pressing it and moving it. So I'm thinking like, what could that be? Then I remember when he told us how to copy. He told us to hold in shift, and then we can copy the object easy. Okay, but if you see it closely, when I hold in shift, I get 2 squares up. So basically what it did, he told us to mark that and drag it over. He didn't tell us to hold in control. I meant control. I said shift twice. I meant control. He didn't tell us that. So I had a so hard struggle trying to figure it out. And so I said, I commented, dude, at 424. Oh, shit. Come on. I told him, dude, at 424. When you extrude your object to make the road, tell us to hold control. It took me so long to understand that. And when I actually see the comment here, someone actually had the same problem and actually fixed it. She said, my first attempt took me about 2.5 hours. I had to pause a lot and go back to understand some parts, same as me. Because really, if it's an ultra beginner tutorial, in my opinion, he should do it every single thing by step. But in his opinion, he thinks that when he shows the step-by-step first, he thinks that you will remember every single thing back and further in the window. So that's really annoying of course. But yeah, she said that one that really was a blocker for me was figuring out how to extrude the driveway. Same as me. After many googling attempts, I just started hitting random keys and figured out I had to hold command. Command is on the Mac, and on the Windows keyboard it's control. And drag, pure. I do like the speed of it because you can pause and get through it quickly. I can maybe agree with that, but not when he speeds it up. When he speeds up what he does, it's really annoying. So many times when I just had to slow down the video. Harry actually replied here, because it was 1 year ago, and this video came out like 2 years ago, so it's not really, or 3 years ago almost, so it's not really weird that it hasn't responded to me yet. But he said, I'm happy to hear you managed to get through it. Props for you sticking around when it wasn't too clear. 2.5 hours isn't too bad considering how fast I go in the video, and it's like 30 minutes plus. Usually I try to keep everything compact by skipping an explanation of techniques we used earlier, but we never used that type of form that we made inverted, and he never, when he's pointing upwards and it was going straight away, it didn't tell us that was a normal thing earlier. I know that. So yeah, but I do realize it can be difficult to remember for beginners. Yeah, good luck with your upcoming works. So yeah, it's a good spot about it, but that really pissed me off trying to figure out that. So yeah, so when you watch the video and actually come closer to the ending, when you can actually color the things, that's the funny part. That's the most fun part at all. Just like trying to make the shaders look good and everything. And we made a swing here, and actually take a lot more work than I actually think. And we made some trees, some bushes, and some different trees. We made some rocks here, and we made a drive-through to the garage. We made some windows here. We made a door and a lamp from windows, and we made solar panels. So they're actually really cool. We actually made something on the back. We made a chimney. We made lamps again, and a big window here, and then a door to the garage. So yeah. So I feel like this tutorial is really good to try to get to know the basics. Of course, when you try out a new program in the beginning, maybe the first 2 or 3, 5 or 10 projects, I don't really know. It depends on how good of a learner you are. It's gonna be tough. You're starting out a whole new program. You need to learn the basics. You need to know how to do things. And I know some of the basics, but I wouldn't say I have a basic knowledge of the tutorial. Cinema 4D, I mean, not at all. I don't really know at all. Still, when I was done with the tutorial, I made some tweaks for myself, some couple small tweaks, not really noticeable for us, but like for just making those tweaks. I mean, sorry. It took me several tries trying to just complete it, and as you can see here, it's a lot of just in-depth things in every single things. And when you also make the type of symbols you want, you actually need to fill it in with different extrude tools and like that. And it's a lot of keys, like you can also go in different angles of there. So yeah, if you want to get into Cinema 4D and try a new project, because I know this could increase my creativity and my potential in graphic designing, and I can also use this and make it Cinema 4D and put it in After Effects and make cool videos out of it. Because the cool things in Cinema 4D is you basically take a project, you make one thing and you can make exactly what you want. I've seen people make ships, I've seen people make dragons. Some of actually my banner I have right now on my channel is the dragon there is actually custom made in Cinema 4D, and that's the cool part about it, because you can put in texture, as you can see down here on the screen. You have different colors there, and you can put on texture, and as you can see on the house we have bricks kind of way, and you can find different texture. If you Google textures on Google, you will find stone texture and everything, and brick, maybe tree texture and everything. And you can put it on the object, and when you put on the Lightroom and you put it on the background, the camera angle and every single things, it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. And you can, when you just have the project goodly made, well done made, I mean, then you can put it in other programs like Photoshop or After Effects or even Premiere Pro. But Premiere Pro is not a program to make effects on it though, of course. But so yeah, so I think my next goal here is to follow a new tutorial. Maybe not a ultra beginner or step-by-step tutorial. I want to try out like the next step, like just the beginner tutorial on how to do basic stuff. And I think that's the next thing. But actually, when you get into it, you actually feel a lot more looser to make things, because sometimes when he sped it up and just showed us real quick how he make it, I just stopped the video and tried to make something similar. And so many times it took me some through tries, of course, but you feel like you see the potential you can make. You see the great potential you can make. And just by making one thing and follow his tutorial, I see like, oh, I can do this, and this looks much better, in my opinion, of course. And that's the great thing about this program, I think. It's an amazing thing to try out that. So yeah, this is my first tutorial in Cinema 4D. I just want to update that and do a review on the video he made. It's a great video. If you haven't watched it and you're into Cinema 4D, you should check it out. And basically, if you follow the whole tutorial and you have Cinema 4D, you basically have the same knowledge as me in Cinema 4D, basically. Around that. So yeah, I hope you like this video. Maybe I'll make a upfollowing video on the next tutorial I do. Maybe I have some critiques there, or something I want to recommend. And actually, maybe I can in a couple of months or something, maybe I should try out a new program. Not really sure if it's After Effects I want to try out, or if it is FL Studio. FL Studio will be the coolest though, because then I can make music, and if I actually make a good song, I can upload to SoundCloud, and if I really like it, maybe I can put it on Spotify. And I listen to music every single day, so that would be my dream goal, of course. But that takes basically this. It's a very high-tech program, and you need plugins, and you need to learn it from scratch, and it's really hard when you're just beginner and never touched it before. And especially if you don't want to make a song that's trash, but you can't expect your first song is going to be a banger. You need to learn it first. So that's the same thing. But that's the good thing about following tutorials like this, because this is basically my first project and it looks amazing, and but it wouldn't have looked anything close to this if I just did it on freelance and tried to learn the programs by myself. I wouldn't have a chance, not at all. It would take me years. So yeah guys, I hope you like this video. There was kind of different videos right now. My friend Kwam is on holiday. I think he comes back on Monday. That's the reason why I haven't uploaded on anything on Bedwars or something, because I play a little bit, but since I'm right now alone and don't really have something to play with, so I'm trying to learn new things and I'm trying to be more effective. So yeah, maybe I'll make some put on some videos I already made, or you can wait maybe to Monday or Thursday or something, Wednesday something like that. I can probably make a video with Kwam. Not really sure what I'm gonna do. And actually one thing, my old user account, I actually found out what email that was, and it was deactivated. And I know for a fact that this email is usually when you're going into the like, let's say you use Hotmail, if it's deactivated you can go into Hotmail and you can see that it says deactivated. But when I went in there and checked deactivated, it didn't say it. It didn't stand there. So I called the support, the tech support. Hello, welcome to tech support, how can I help you? And they told me basically they will reopen the email and I will get it on Monday, I think. So I think that's the email to my old user account, and if I can get that back, that would be actually amazing. And that will actually motivate me even more to play on Hive, and because I have some stats there, and when I play games I really love stats, so I'm really gassed trying to get my old account back, since I put a lot of time and effort, and I also have Optifine Cape on it. I paid subscription on Hive, is that what I call it, like VIP or something special. So I'm really looking forward to that. I really hope it works out. I've been trying to get that account back for like years now, and it never worked, and now since I have time and I'm done with school, I'm trying out new project, and I pushed myself to get every single clue of what to know, what my email was on that account and how to get it back. And I also read the tech support on Minecraft there, and they told me a lot of things I could do, but I made an account like in 2012. I can't do anything. I can't go back to the bank transactions there and find the transaction ID. No chance. It doesn't go back so long, so that's kind of a problem. But if I get the email back, I'm safe. If I do on Monday, I'll actually make that the first video up on Monday then, if I get it. I'm gonna be so gassed that it works. So guys, I hope you have had a great Saturday. I'll probably upload this in the morning of Sunday. So yeah, and you probably have a summer holiday if you're close around Scandinavia or something. I'm not really sure when America and everything in England have summer holiday. But yeah, take care, peace.